Oceans are vast bodies of salt water that cover approximately 71% of the Earth's surface. There are 5 oceans on Earth: the Atlantic Ocean, the Indian Ocean, the Southern Ocean, the Arctic Ocean, and the Pacific Ocean. Oceans play a critical role in regulating the Earth's climate, storing heat and carbon dioxide, and producing oxygen through photosynthesis by marine plants. They are also important for transportation, trade, and fishing, and are home to an incredible diversity of marine life, including whales, sharks, dolphins, sea turtles, and countless species of fish and invertebrates. Orcas are whales. They are also commonly known as killer whales due to their predatory behavior and are actually the largest member of the dolphin family, Delphinidae. Orcas are found in oceans around the world, from the Arctic to the Antarctic, and are known for their distinctive black and white coloration. They are apex predators and are known to prey on a variety of marine animals, including fish, seals, and even other whales. Orcas are highly intelligent and social animals, and are known to live in close-knit family groups called pods. The conservation status of orcas varies depending on the population. While some populations of orcas are considered stable or even increasing, others are considered endangered or threatened. For example, the southern resident population of orcas, which is found in the waters off the Pacific Northwest of the United States and Canada, is considered endangered by both the US and Canadian governments. This population has declined in recent years due to a variety of factors, including a lack of prey, especially Chinook salmon, pollution, and disturbance from vessels. In contrast, some other populations of orcas, such as the transient orcas found in the same region, are considered to be stable or increasing. Overall, the conservation status of orcas is complex and varies by population. However, it is clear that many populations face significant threats and need continued conservation efforts to ensure their survival. Humpback whales have a varied conservation status depending on their population and location. Some populations of humpback whales, such as those found in the North Atlantic and the Southern Hemisphere, were once severely depleted by commercial whaling and are still considered endangered. However, conservation efforts, such as the establishment of protected areas and regulations on hunting, have led to the recovery of some populations in recent decades. Other populations of humpback whales, such as those found in the North Pacific, are considered to be increasing and have been downgraded from endangered to a species of least concern by the International Union for Conservation of Nature, IUCN. Overall, while humpback whales have made a comeback in some regions, they still face threats such as entanglement in fishing gear, ship strikes, and ocean noise pollution. It is important to continue conservation efforts to ensure the recovery and long-term survival of humpback whale populations. Sharks are a type of fish that are known for their cartilaginous skeletons, streamlined bodies, and sharp teeth. There are over 500 different species of sharks, ranging in size from just a few inches to over 40 feet long. Sharks are found in all of the world's oceans, from the Arctic to the Antarctic, and they occupy a variety of habitats, from shallow coral reefs to the deep sea. They are apex predators and play a crucial role in maintaining the health and balance of marine ecosystems. Sharks have a reputation for being dangerous to humans, but the vast majority of shark species are not a threat to people. Most shark attacks on humans are actually cases of mistaken identity, where the shark mistakes a person for prey. Despite their reputation, sharks are actually much more at risk from humans than humans are from sharks, due to threats such as overfishing, bycatch, and habitat loss. Dolphins are a group of marine mammals that are known for their intelligence, social behavior, and playful nature. There are over 40 different species of dolphins, ranging in size from just a few feet to over 30 feet long. Dolphins are found in all of the world's oceans, as well as in some major river systems. They are members of the cetacean family, which also includes whales and porpoises. Like all cetaceans, dolphins are air-breathing mammals, and they are known for their ability to communicate using a complex system of clicks, whistles, and body language. Dolphins are social animals and are known for their playful behavior, which includes leaping out of the water, riding waves, and playing with objects such as seaweed or small boats. They are also intelligent animals and are capable of using tools, solving problems, and exhibiting self-awareness. Dolphins are threatened by a variety of factors, including habitat loss, pollution, overfishing, and bycatch in fishing nets. Despite these threats, many dolphin populations are still healthy, and conservation efforts are underway to protect these charismatic animals. Ocean pollution refers to the introduction of harmful substances and waste into the world's oceans. Pollution in the ocean can take many forms, including plastics, chemicals, oil spills, and sewage. Plastic pollution is one of the most visible forms of ocean pollution, with millions of tons of plastic waste entering the oceans every year. This plastic can cause harm to marine life, as animals may ingest it or become entangled in it. Chemical pollution from sources such as agricultural runoff, industrial discharges, and sewage can also have negative impacts on marine life and ecosystems. These chemicals can lead to the growth of harmful algal blooms, which can cause oxygen depletion and harm or kill fish and other marine life. Oil spills are another form of ocean pollution, which can have catastrophic impacts on marine ecosystems and the communities that depend on them. Oil spills can harm or kill marine life, damage habitats, and affect coastal economies. Reducing ocean pollution requires a concerted effort from individuals, governments, and industries. Steps that can be taken to reduce ocean pollution include reducing plastic use, properly disposing of hazardous waste, implementing effective wastewater treatment, and implementing regulations to reduce industrial pollution and oil spills. There are several World Ocean Organizations dedicated to studying, protecting, and managing the world's oceans. Some of these organizations include United Nations Oceans. The United Nations has a program called Oceans and Law of the Sea, which is responsible for promoting sustainable development, protecting the marine environment, and managing the world's oceans. Intergovernmental Oceanographic Commission, IOC. The IOC is a body of the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, and is responsible for promoting international cooperation and research in the marine sciences. International Maritime Organization, IMO. The IMO is a specialized agency of the United Nations, and is responsible for regulating shipping and preventing marine pollution from ships. Ocean Conservancy. Ocean Conservancy is a non-profit organization that works to protect the world's oceans and coasts through science-based solutions and advocacy. The Ocean Foundation. The Ocean Foundation is a non-profit organization that works to support marine conservation, research, and education around the world. World Wildlife Fund, WWF. WWF is a conservation organization that works to protect endangered species, including many that live in or depend on the world's oceans. These are just a few of the many organizations that are working to protect and preserve the world's oceans. Coral reefs are diverse underwater ecosystems made up of colonies of tiny animals called coral polyps, which secrete calcium carbonate to form a hard, rock-like structure. Coral reefs are found in shallow, tropical waters, and they are home to a wide variety of marine life, including fish, sea turtles, sharks, and many other species. Coral reefs are incredibly important for many reasons. They protect shorelines from storms and erosion, provide habitat and food for a variety of marine species, and support important industries such as tourism and fishing. Coral reefs are also important for their biodiversity, with many species of coral, fish, and other marine life found nowhere else on Earth. Unfortunately, coral reefs are under threat from a variety of factors, including climate change, overfishing, pollution, and physical damage from coastal development and recreational activities. Climate change is one of the most significant threats to coral reefs, as rising ocean temperatures can cause corals to bleach and die. Overfishing and pollution can also have negative impacts on coral reefs by reducing the number of fish that help keep reefs healthy and by introducing harmful substances into the marine environment. To protect coral reefs, it is important to reduce greenhouse gas emissions to slow the pace of climate change, regulate fishing practices to ensure sustainable fish populations, and reduce pollution and physical damage to marine habitats. There are also many conservation organizations and initiatives working to protect and restore coral reefs around the world. The Mariana Trench is the deepest part of the world's oceans, located in the western Pacific Ocean. It is a crescent-shaped trench that extends for approximately 2,550 kilometers, 1,580 miles, and is up to 69 kilometers, 43 miles, wide. The Mariana Trench is named after the nearby Mariana Islands and was first surveyed in 1875. The deepest point in the Mariana Trench is known as the Challenger Deep, which is located approximately 11 kilometers, 7 miles, below the surface of the ocean. The pressure at this depth is more than 1,000 times that at the surface, and the temperature is just above freezing. Despite the extreme conditions, the Mariana Trench is home to a variety of unique and fascinating marine life, including deep-sea fish, giant tube worms, and other species adapted to the high-pressure, low-light environment. The trench has been the subject of numerous scientific expeditions and has helped researchers to better understand the deep-sea environment and the processes that shape the Earth's crust. However, the Mariana Trench and other deep-sea environments are also vulnerable to human activities such as deep-sea mining, which can cause irreparable damage to fragile ecosystems. It is important to protect these unique and important environments for the benefit of both science and future generations. The deepest living organisms in the ocean are found in the Hadal Zone, which includes the deepest parts of the ocean trenches, such as the Mariana Trench. Some of the deepest living organisms in the Hadal Zone include amphipods, small, shrimp-like crustaceans that are found in large numbers in the Hadal Zone. These organisms are adapted to the high-pressure, low-oxygen environment of the deep sea. Cusk eels, deep-sea fish that are found in the Hadal Zone, including the Mariana Trench. These fish have large heads and relatively small bodies, which may help them conserve energy in the low-food environment of the deep sea. Snailfish, small, scaleless fish that are found in the Hadal Zone. These fish have soft, gelatinous bodies and are well adapted to the high-pressure environment of the deep sea. Xenophyophores, single-celled organisms that form large, multi-chambered shells on the seafloor. These organisms are found in the Hadal Zone and are important for the cycling of organic matter on the seafloor. Foraminifera, single-celled organisms that are found throughout the ocean, including in the Hadal Zone. These organisms secrete shells made of calcium carbonate and play an important role in the cycling of carbon in the ocean. These organisms have adapted to the extreme conditions of the deep sea, including high pressure, low temperatures, and low food availability. They are important for understanding the biology and ecology of the deep-sea environment and may have applications in fields such as biotechnology and drug discovery. If all the ice on Earth were to melt, the global sea level would rise by approximately 70 meters, 230 feet. This would have a profound impact on the world's coastlines, resulting in the loss of many low-lying areas and the displacement of millions of people. The melting of ice would also change the circulation patterns of the world's oceans, affecting ocean currents and the distribution of heat and nutrients. This could have significant impacts on marine ecosystems and the global climate. In addition to the rise in sea level, the melting of ice could also cause changes in the Earth's rotation and gravitational field, which could have additional effects on ocean currents and weather patterns. It is important to note that the complete melting of all the ice on Earth is highly unlikely to occur in the foreseeable future. However, the melting of glaciers and polar ice caps due to climate change is already contributing to rising sea levels, which is one of the major challenges facing our planet today. It is important to take action to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and slow the pace of climate change in order to mitigate the impacts of sea level rise and other consequences of a changing climate. Changes in the oceans can contribute to the onset of an ice age. One of the key factors that can trigger an ice age is a decrease in the amount of solar radiation that reaches the Earth's surface. This can be caused by changes in the Earth's orbit or changes in the tilt of its axis. When solar radiation decreases, the oceans absorb less heat, which can cause them to cool. As the oceans cool, they release carbon dioxide, CO2, into the atmosphere, which can further decrease the amount of solar radiation that reaches the Earth's surface. This creates a feedback loop, where cooling oceans lead to a decrease in solar radiation, which leads to more cooling. The release of CO2 from the oceans can also lead to changes in the Earth's climate by affecting the greenhouse effect. CO2 is a potent greenhouse gas, which means that it traps heat in the Earth's atmosphere and contributes to global warming. When CO2 is released from the oceans during a cooling period, it can counteract the cooling effect by trapping more heat in the atmosphere. However, it is important to note that the onset of an ice age is a complex process that involves many factors, including changes in the atmosphere, oceans, and land surface. While changes in the oceans can contribute to the onset of an ice age, they are just one of many factors that must be considered when studying these events. Red tide is a phenomenon that occurs when certain types of algae, known as dinoflagellates, grow rapidly and accumulate in the ocean, often discoloring the water a reddish-brown color. While not all red tides are necessarily harmful, some species of dinoflagellates can produce toxins that can be harmful to marine life and humans. When large numbers of these toxic algae are present in the water, they can cause what is known as a harmful algal bloom, HAB. During a HAB, the toxins produced by the algae can kill fish and other marine organisms, leading to what is often referred to as a fish kill. In addition, the toxins can accumulate in the tissues of shellfish such as clams and oysters, which can make them dangerous to consume. Red tides can also have negative impacts on human health, particularly for people with respiratory problems. When the algae cells are broken open by waves or wind, they release a toxin into the air that can cause coughing, sneezing, and other respiratory problems. The causes of red tide are complex and not fully understood, but they are believed to be related to factors such as nutrient pollution, changes in ocean currents, and variations in water temperature and salinity. Red tides can occur in many parts of the world and are an important area of research for scientists who study marine ecosystems and their interactions with human activities. Ocean volcanoes, also known as submarine volcanoes or seamounts, are volcanoes that are located underwater in the ocean. They can be found in all of the world's oceans and are formed in a similar way to land-based volcanoes, through the release of molten rock, or magma, from deep within the Earth's mantle. When magma rises to the surface, it can create an underwater eruption that can be explosive or more gradual, depending on the type of magma and the depth of the eruption. When the magma cools and solidifies, it forms a new layer of rock on the ocean floor, which can eventually build up to create a seamount. Ocean volcanoes can be very important for marine ecosystems, as they provide habitat for a wide range of marine organisms. The nutrient-rich water that surrounds the volcanoes can support a diverse community of deep-sea creatures, including deep-sea corals, sponges, and fish. In addition to their ecological importance, ocean volcanoes can also have significant geological impacts. When they erupt, they can release large amounts of gases, ash, and other materials into the ocean, which can affect water chemistry and the composition of the seafloor. Over time, seamounts can also erode and collapse, leading to underwater landslides and other hazards. Overall, ocean volcanoes are an important and fascinating part of the Earth's geology and play an important role in shaping both the physical and biological characteristics of our oceans. Ocean earthquakes, also known as underwater earthquakes, are earthquakes that occur beneath the ocean floor. They are caused by the movement of tectonic plates, which are large, rigid pieces of the Earth's crust that float on top of the hot, semi-molten rock of the Earth's mantle. When tectonic plates move against each other, they can become locked together, creating pressure that builds up over time. When the pressure becomes too great, the plates can suddenly shift, releasing energy in the form of seismic waves that cause an earthquake. Ocean earthquakes can be particularly powerful and destructive because the energy from the earthquake can be transmitted more efficiently through water than through air or solid ground. This can lead to the creation of large tsunami waves that can travel great distances across the ocean, posing a significant threat to coastal communities and infrastructure. Ocean earthquakes can also have important ecological impacts. For example, they can cause damage to coral reefs and other underwater habitats, and can disrupt the migration patterns of marine animals such as whales and sea turtles. Overall, Ocean earthquakes are an important natural phenomenon that play a significant role in shaping the Earth's geology and affecting the lives of humans and marine life alike. The largest ocean earthquake ever recorded was the 1960 Valdivia earthquake, which occurred off the coast of Chile on May 22, 1960. This earthquake had a magnitude of 9.5 on the moment magnitude scale, making it the most powerful earthquake ever recorded. The earthquake was caused by the movement of the Nazca Plate, which is subducting beneath the South American Plate. The earthquake caused widespread damage in Chile and triggered a tsunami that affected coastal areas throughout the Pacific Ocean. The tsunami caused by the 1960 Valdivia earthquake was one of the most destructive in history, with waves reaching heights of up to 25 meters, 82 feet, in some areas. The tsunami caused widespread damage and loss of life in Chile, as well as in Hawaii, Japan, and the Philippines. The 1960 Valdivia earthquake remains one of the most powerful and devastating natural disasters in history, and serves as a reminder of the awesome power of the Earth's tectonic forces. The second biggest ocean earthquake ever recorded was the 2004 Indian Ocean earthquake, also known as the Sumatra-Andaman earthquake, which occurred off the west coast of Sumatra, Indonesia, on December 26, 2004. The earthquake had a magnitude of 9.1 to 9.3 and lasted for around 10 minutes. The earthquake was caused by the movement of the Indian Plate under the Burma Plate, and it triggered a series of devastating tsunamis that affected coastal regions throughout the Indian Ocean. The tsunamis caused widespread damage and loss of life in many countries, including Indonesia, Sri Lanka, India, and Thailand. The 2004 Indian Ocean earthquake and tsunami was one of the deadliest natural disasters in history, with an estimated 227,000 people killed or missing and presumed dead. It also had significant ecological impacts, particularly on coral reefs and other marine ecosystems in the affected regions. The earthquake was so powerful that it caused the Earth's crust to vibrate by up to several centimeters, and it is believed to have shortened the length of the day by a few microseconds. The effects of the earthquake were felt across the globe, and it remains one of the most significant and devastating natural disasters in modern history. There are several ocean dangers that pose a threat to humans, but one of the biggest and most immediate threats is drowning. According to the World Health Organization, WHO, drowning is the third leading cause of unintentional injury death worldwide, with an estimated 320,000 deaths annually. Other ocean dangers that can threaten human safety include shark attacks, jellyfish stings, rip currents, and storms such as hurricanes and typhoons. In some areas, pollution and the release of toxic chemicals into the ocean can also pose a significant risk to human health. In addition to these immediate dangers, the long-term impacts of climate change, including rising sea levels and ocean acidification, pose significant threats to the health and well-being of human populations around the world. Overall, the ocean is a complex and dynamic environment that presents a wide range of potential hazards to human safety and health. It is important for individuals to be aware of these risks and to take appropriate precautions to minimize their exposure to danger while enjoying the many benefits that the ocean has to offer. The gravitational pull of the Moon is one of the primary factors that affect the ocean tides. As the Moon orbits the Earth, its gravitational force pulls on the Earth's oceans, causing them to bulge towards the Moon. This gravitational force produces 2 high tides and 2 low tides per day, with a cycle of approximately 12 hours and 25 minutes between each high tide. When the Moon and Sun align with the Earth, during a full or new moon, the gravitational forces combine, leading to stronger gravitational pull on the oceans, resulting in higher high tides and lower low tides, known as spring tides. Conversely, during the first and third quarter moon phases, the gravitational forces of the Sun and Moon are perpendicular to each other, resulting in weaker gravitational pull on the oceans, and producing lower high tides and higher low tides, known as neap tides. The Moon's gravitational force not only affects the tides, but it can also impact ocean currents and even weather patterns. For example, the gravitational forces of the Moon and Sun can cause the mixing of ocean waters and influence the circulation of deep ocean currents, which in turn can affect regional and global climate patterns. Overall, the Moon plays a crucial role in shaping the dynamic and ever-changing environment of the Earth's oceans. The Sun also plays an important role in shaping the ocean environment. The Sun provides the energy that drives ocean currents, heats the water, and supports photosynthesis in marine plants, which form the base of the ocean food chain. The Sun's energy is absorbed by the ocean's surface, causing it to warm up and creating a temperature difference between the surface and the deeper waters. This temperature difference drives ocean currents, as warm water flows towards the poles and cool water flows towards the equator. The Sun's energy also drives the water cycle, causing evaporation of water from the ocean surface, which leads to the formation of clouds and eventually precipitation. This process helps to regulate the Earth's climate, as the movement of heat and moisture from the ocean to the atmosphere affects weather patterns and temperature distribution. Photosynthesis, the process by which plants convert sunlight into energy, is also critical to the ocean environment. Phytoplankton, microscopic plants that float in the ocean, perform the majority of photosynthesis in the ocean and form the basis of the marine food chain. These tiny organisms absorb carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and produce oxygen, making them important players in regulating global climate. Overall, the Sun's energy plays a critical role in shaping the ocean environment, driving ocean currents, regulating climate, and supporting life in the ocean. It is possible that oceans on exoplanets or moons could be similar to oceans on Earth, but there are many factors that can influence the characteristics of an ocean. The presence of an ocean requires a combination of factors, including the right temperature range, pressure, and chemical composition, as well as the availability of water. The composition of an ocean on an exoplanet or moon will depend on the chemical makeup of the planet or moon and the conditions on its surface, such as the temperature, atmospheric pressure, and the presence of other elements and compounds. For example, the ocean on a planet or moon with a dense, carbon-rich atmosphere may be rich in carbon compounds, while an ocean on a planet or moon with a high sulfur content may contain sulfuric acid. Additionally, the availability of water is a key factor in the formation and sustainability of an ocean. While water is a common substance in the universe, it may exist in different forms, such as ice or vapor, depending on the temperature and pressure conditions of the planet or moon. Therefore, while oceans on exoplanets or moons may share some similarities with oceans on Earth, they are likely to have unique characteristics that are shaped by the specific conditions on those celestial bodies. Earth's oceans are unique in several ways. Here are a few examples. Size: Earth's oceans cover approximately 71% of the planet's surface, making it the largest body of water in the solar system. Diversity: Earth's oceans are home to a wide range of life forms, including thousands of species of fish, mammals, birds, and invertebrates. The biodiversity of the ocean is unmatched by any other environment on Earth. Temperature range: Earth's oceans have a wide range of temperatures, from the freezing waters of the polar regions to the warm waters near the equator. This range of temperatures creates a variety of habitats for different species of marine life. Salinity: the salt content of Earth's oceans is relatively stable, with an average salinity of about 35 parts per thousand. This stable salinity allows for the growth of specialized organisms, such as salt-loving bacteria and certain types of plankton. Tides: Earth's oceans experience tidal forces caused by the gravitational pull of the Moon and the Sun. These tides create dynamic ecosystems, such as intertidal zones, where marine life must adapt to changing conditions. Overall, Earth's oceans are a unique and dynamic environment that plays a critical role in the planet's climate, weather patterns, and ecological systems. Taking care of the oceans is essential for the health of the planet and all living organisms that depend on them. Here are some ways that we can help protect and preserve the oceans. Reduce plastic use: single-use plastics are a major contributor to ocean pollution. We can reduce plastic waste by using reusable bags, bottles, and containers. Properly dispose of hazardous waste. Hazardous waste, such as oil and chemicals, can harm marine life and ecosystems. We can dispose of these materials properly and recycle or safely dispose of electronic waste. Conserve water: conserving water reduces the amount of wastewater that is released into the oceans. Simple actions such as taking shorter showers and fixing leaks can help. Support sustainable seafood. Overfishing and unsustainable fishing practices can have devastating effects on marine life. Choosing sustainable seafood and supporting fisheries that use responsible practices can help to maintain healthy ocean ecosystems. Participate in beach cleanups. Participating in beach cleanups is a great way to remove litter and debris from shorelines and prevent it from entering the ocean. Support ocean conservation organizations. Supporting organizations that work to protect and conserve the oceans can make a big difference in preserving this vital resource. By taking action to reduce pollution, conserve resources, and support sustainable practices, we can help protect and preserve the health of the oceans for generations to come.